Good morning, everyone. If you can find your way back to your table and seats, we are ready to begin. So we hope you enjoyed breakfast. We hope you enjoyed the time to visit with each other because we know you're going to enjoy the rest of the morning that we have together because this is a big day for us. It's a big day for students because we recognize them for their scholarship and their achievements and their citizenship around the buildings. It's an amazingly big day for the educators in the room because there is no higher honor as an educator than to be acknowledged by someone that you've touched in their lives and to have that publicly recognized. So to be able to do that today in a ceremony that we call the Superintendent's Awards of Excellence is a really cool thing. So I want to thank everybody for allowing us to do this. And it's a big day for the parents and the people that have supported these kids in the room today. To be able to hear the impact that your son or daughter has had on the building and the adults around them, and to be able to have that acknowledged publicly is a pretty big deal. So we're here to celebrate some great stuff today. We're going to honor educators who've contributed to the success of these outstanding students. The students we recognize were selected by staff committees at each school for their accomplishments in academics, citizenship, community service, and a wide range of school activities. And then the students in turn were asked to identify an educator who made an important difference in their lives. So it's important for us now to recognize and acknowledge and thank everybody who's being honored today because they represent amazing staff members and amazing students across our district. So our student honorees shared some thoughts in an application form about the staff members that they were talking about. They're going to be able to share some of that when they come up here. But I do want to give you a sneak peek of some of the things that were acknowledged. One student said that my teacher pushed me to enter a poem into a national poetry contest, and it was published in a book. I see it as my biggest accomplishment. Another said that he reminds me to expect more out of myself. He's taught me to maintain a positive outlook, even when things don't go as planned, and that hard work can be fun. Another said she's always pushing my classmates and me to work, think, and act smarter and harder in everything that we do. One said, "You've helped me to become a better leader, role model, and student. Thank you so much for being the teacher every kid wants to have." You don't shy away from hard topics. Instead, you introduce them in an unbiased way where everyone feels safe to discuss how they feel. Your class opened my eyes to important issues. And one of our final comments is, "I love science now because of you. I love how you believe in me, even when no one else does. I'll be sure to remember you when I'm in the White House and on Broadway." So I think all of our students today found just the right words to say thank you. You're going to hear more comments from students, but please join me in applauding the staff members who are being honored today. And if we could just have the parents stand up for a moment, parents and guardians and supporters, so we could acknowledge you for this morning. So we are going to move ahead and start with our program now. And I need to acknowledge to you that traffic has eaten up two of our honorees today. So we're going to start with Brendan Allen, who was somewhere on Drake Road, perhaps. But he's a Farmington High School 11th grader, an exemplary student maintaining a 3.79 GPA while taking honors and AP classes in English, math, science, and social studies. He's a Link Crew member. He mentors 9th grade students to transition into the high school. He's involved in drama, been in the choir group since 2012. He's also knowledgeable in HTML5 code and is enhancing his skills in career tech ed courses. He's an excellent role model for his fellow students, and his success at Farmington High School has prepared him to continue his success after he graduates. So if Brendan were here now, he'd walk up here and we'd be applauding crazy on his behalf. Our Board of Education members would be standing up here, all three of them, because Angie Smith came in while we were having breakfast. Jim, you'll be up here too. We would hand Brendan his certificate. He would say thank you. And then he would say, I'm here to honor Jennifer Delata. Come on up. After I read something nice about you, I do, yes. So Mrs. Delata has given me nothing but constant support. She supported me through my first essays, where I developed my choice of language and subtle tone, to facilitating the dialogues that would one day inspire me to join groups that promote diversity within our communities and the schools. She was a person I could talk to when I thought I didn't have anyone. There'll be many fantastic stories of support and unlimited accounts of compassion at the breakfast. However, I feel that the most incredible one is about where I am now because of the support I was given. Thank you. Yeah, there you go. So there's yours. So we warmed up Terrence. Terrence, come on up and join us. Terrence Bartell is an 8th grader at Warner Middle School. Terrence has been on the academic and citizenship honor roll for his middle school years. Come right here, because you're embarrassed now, but in a moment you'll get to embarrass someone else and we'll feel okay. He's currently on the school track team and participated on the school basketball team this year. He plays on the Farmington Fury soccer team and won the Crusader Cup in a tournament. Midfield? Forward? Midfield? He's donated money to his church to assist senior citizens and has helped collect clothing for the needing. Terrence would like to thank his parents for blessing him, loving him, and supporting him, which has enabled him to receive an award like this. Congratulations, Terrence.
I have chose to honor Nanette Simmons. You have made a difference in my life because you greet me every day with a huge smile that lighted up my whole day. On top of that, you're an incredible teacher. You explain everything so clearly and fluently. If someone didn't understand a certain lesson, you would always go the extra mile to make sure the student fully understood the topic. You're one of the most kind-hearted teachers in the school, and you truly have made a significant impact on me. I sincerely cherish all that you have done for me this past school year. Thank you.
So, if you guys would walk this way and shake everybody's hand. So Carl Vincent Bradford is a 12th grader at Farmington Central High School. Welcome. So Carl is a positive influence maker at Central, always adding positively to our culture, to relationship building with peers and staff as a loyal friend who chooses friendships wisely. He volunteers wherever he can at open houses, assembling furniture, student government, or anywhere he can help. He's a regular volunteer at his church, and he stands up for what he believes is right despite peer pressure. Carl has made a huge turnaround at Central academically and is expected to graduate this June. Congratulations. He's been a member of the Farmington Central High School Green Team, the Farmington High School football team, and he will be missed when he graduates. Congratulations, Carl. Here's yours.
I have chosen Christopher Dianchi. Mr. Dianchi had patience, took his time, and never gave up on me. Even when we had bad days, he worked well with me and really helped me grasp and understand classwork I was having trouble with. Overall, he is a pretty cool guy. You can get along with easily. He made me realize that it's never too late for a second chance. So thank you, Mr. Gianchi.
Next is Michael Justin Brooks, an 8th grader at East Middle School. Michael describes himself as good at making new friends and is a friendly, accepting, and positive student who shares his optimism with others. Michael enjoys sharing his message of acceptance, love, and responsibility to all and greets everyone he meets with a smile and kind message. He's very involved with his church and hopes to be a minister when he grows up. He shared an inspirational speech at the school assembly honoring Dr. King. I remember that. It was very, very good. Michael gives 100% to all that he does and is active in Lynx, in the Junior Optimist Club at East, and he also had roles in the fall play and spring musical. Michael views everyone as an equal and lives by the motto, treat others as you wish to be treated. Congratulations, Michael.
Teresa Gallivan. Miss Gallivan has helped me learn how to read. She helped me solve problems with other people. Miss Gallivan helped me write my MLK speech that I presented during an assembly. She teaches me great lessons in math, English, and social studies. She also makes class fun.
Olivia Deming, 9th grade, North Farmington High School. Olivia is one of the strongest students academically and is even more impressive due to her leadership, positivity, and empathetic nature. She has a passion for dialoguing and engaging in thoughtful conversations about the world around her and is naturally inclined to help others. She's a member of the Farmington United Gymnastics team, North Farmington's track team, and the school orchestra. You're pretty busy. Yeah. The respect accorded to Olivia by her peers is evidenced by her recent election as a sophomore class president. Olivia is an exemplary leader who is a role model to her peers. Congratulations, Olivia.
I'm honoring Erica Rust. You've made a difference in my life because you adamantly encourage us to think for ourselves and form opinions on subjects we wouldn't necessarily be exposed to without you. You don't shy away from hard topics. Instead, you introduce them in an unbiased way where everyone feels safe to discuss how they feel. Your class opened my eyes to important issues. You taught me that engaging in conversation is how we all become less ignorant, more tolerant, and more thoughtful. You have supported me in school and through personal endeavors. You are always there to listen. Everyone knows that Rust's door is always open and always a safe space for whatever you're going through. So thank you for everything you provide to our community.
Thank you so much.
Sonia Desai, Warner Middle School, 8th grade. Hi. Sonia's been on the academic and citizenship honor roll during her middle school years. She's currently the Warner Student Council president and also represented Dunkel at the Scripps Regional Spelling Bee. She's an award winner for the PTA Reflections Contest, member of the Warner Student Council, Forensics Club, Jazz Band, and the National Junior Honor Society. She's participated in dance and played piano for 8 years as well. She's volunteered her time by facilitating the Pennies for Patients fundraiser at Warner, consulted with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society to raise money to fight cancer, and helped run the Goodfellows canned food drive at Warner. Sonia states that she's incredibly grateful to her family, friends, and teachers for always supporting her and pushing her to do her best. Congratulations, Sonia.
I am recognizing Martha Matheson. You made a difference in my life that is, I can't even describe how much. You've always been there for me in the ups, during the ups and the downs. You've taught me so much more than Spanish over the last 2 years. Words cannot describe how grateful I am to you and for everything that you've done for me. I would not be receiving this award today if you hadn't changed me every single day I met you. Siempre voy a recordarte, señora, y vamos a estar amigas para siempre. Para siempre.
Summer Edwards, North Farmington High School, 12th grader. Summer demonstrates confidence and leadership while serving as an officer for the Student Senate. She shows passion for leadership by trying to give back and has inspired other Senate members to be better leaders. She participated in the State Leadership Conference and presented at the Oakland County Leadership Conference. Cool. She's a link leader, helps guide freshmen as they transition to high school. She's a member of the North Farmington swim team and maintains a 4.0 grade point average. Always looking for new ideas to bring to the Student Senate, she's full of positive energy and has made North a better place. Congratulations, Summer.
I would like to honor Peggy Najarian. Ms. Najarian is one of the few teachers who masterfully balances passion, humor, and high expectations in her engaging classroom. I was lucky enough to take both her AP Biology and Anatomy classes at North. Her commitment to being physically and intellectually present every day has instilled in me a greater love for learning. The mutual respect shared between each student and Ms. Najarian promotes a genuine atmosphere like no other I've ever experienced, as her classroom feels like home to me. I value not only the conversations we've had about nerdy biology, but leading a balanced life. I can't imagine where I would be without the support of Ms. Najarian in these last 2 years of high school. Her incredible teaching has influenced me to pursue biology in college and continue to overcome my perceived limits. She has exemplified resilience, passion, diligence, and respect, and I will be forever grateful for her presence in my life. Thank you.
So I think the traffic got Prince Funwe from Farmington High School. So Philip, you want to come up? So Philip Washington, Farmington High School, is being honored by Prince Funwe. Prince has maintained a 3.5 GPA while taking honors and AP classes in science, English, social studies, and math. He's a member of the Hackbots team that's made it to the first robotics world competition for the 2nd year in a row. He specializes in CAD and Autodesk Inventor and is a valued member of the JV soccer team. He's a viola player outside of school and is teaching his younger sister how to play the viola. He volunteers for the Christ Successful Life Ministries and has volunteered 2 hours every Sunday for the past 6 years. And he's an amazing example to his peers at Farmington High School and an excellent example of what we strive to help all FPS students achieve. Congratulations, Prince. Okay, this is where it gets tricky. This font is very small on these certificates. So Phil Washington is being honored by Prince, and Prince says, Mr. Washington was my history teacher at East Middle School. He was one of the only teachers I could have a real conversation with, and in 7th grade, that was special. I encountered countless great teachers at East that year. However, I felt no real connection to them beyond the student-teacher relationship. Mr. Washington was different. He was the kind of guy I could talk to about things out of school, like the weather. I know it sounds ridiculous, but at the time, any conversation with him felt special, and I thanked him for everyone. Congratulations. Alan Daniel Garza, East Middle School, 8th grade. Congratulations. So Alan's been an important part of the LINKS program at East, where he models social behavior and assists students with physical and cognitive challenges. He befriends those who would typically struggle to form relationships with peers. No matter who he meets, Alan goes out of his way to make others feel comfortable and important with his compassion and consideration. He's a model student. He pursues knowledge with hunger and communicates passion, yet he's gentle in delivery and point. Alan's academic ambition is without limits, and he's a role model for all young people. Congratulations, Alan.
I chose to recognize Laura Miller. Miss Miller has made a very significant impact in my life for the past 2 years in many ways. During my 7th grade year, I wanted to teach in 2 of East's special needs classrooms. Miss Miller gladly accepted my request to help teach in her classroom for 1 trimester. Under her supervision, I learned more about special needs, what it is like to teach in a classroom, and more about myself. Recognizing my interest in further developing my skills and knowledge, Ms. Miller allowed me to return for an additional year of student teaching in my 8th grade year. Ms. Miller has been my teacher, role model, inspiration, and my friend. I knew whenever I needed some guidance that I could go to her for help. No matter what happened or what was going on, she would always help me.
Lawrence Gilliam, Warner Middle School, 8th grade. So Lawrence will tell you, I tried to pull him up here first. I had him all prepped, ready to go. Had the wrong guy. Lawrence has been on the academic and citizenship honor roll during his middle school years. He's a member of the National Junior Honor Society, the Warner Jazz Band, Warner track and cross-country teams, and academic clubs like the Math Olympiad, Math Pentathlon, and robotics. So learning how to live without sleep already, I see. Lawrence is very active outside of school with AAU track, youth baseball, and saxophone lessons. He's a volunteer with Forgotten Harvest, the Judson Center Back to School event, and he's a tutor at the Fappan Super Saturday tutoring sessions. Lawrence says that volunteering allows him to think of others. He plans on studying computer science and technology in college. Congratulations, Lawrence.
Good morning. I chose to recognize Dave Chomet. It is my pleasure to honor Mr. David Chomet, a Warner Middle School guidance counselor today. He has made such a positive impact on my life. He always has a positive attitude, is very kind to me, and always speaks to me when I see him. Mr. Chomet is very resourceful and knows how to make people smile. Alongside those wonderful attributes, he knows how to communicate with the students at Warner. For example, one day Mr. Chomet called me into his office to discuss my transcript. He acknowledged all of the effort that I put into my schoolwork and how it showed in my grades. As a matter of fact, his words inspired me to work even harder in school. In addition to his scholastic support, he supports the students at various school events. He has even cheered me on at cross-country meets. After Dunkel closed, I was reluctant to return to my upper elementary school. When I realized Mr. Chomet would be transitioning to Warner as well, suddenly I felt a lot better. I really appreciate how active and involved he was at Dunkel Middle School and now at Warner Middle School. He is energetic, helpful, and overall an amazing person. Thank you, Mr. Chomet. Thank you so much for being a role model and a person whom I truly admire.
Grace Hankus, Harrison High School, 12th grade. Grace has a 3.95 GPA and is an IB certificate candidate. That is a lot of work. She's president of the National Honor Society and Spanish National Honor Society and the treasurer of the Art National Honor Society. So you've cornered the market on National Honor Societies. She's a Link Crew leader. She's been a stage manager for the school plays for 2 years. She will be attending the College of Engineering at the University of Michigan. Congratulations, Grace.
I am honoring Steve Dale. Mr. Dale has been my IB physics teacher for the past 2 years at Harrison. Coming into class without any prior knowledge of physics, he patiently took time both in and out of class to ensure that I was comfortable with the concepts. However, unlike many teachers, he has displayed his care for not only my academic success in his class, he has also cared for my success in extracurricular activities, college preparedness, and my personal well-being. Thank you so much.
Brianna Hicks, North Farmington High School, 11th grade. Hi. Brianna is a true social and academic leader, a role model for others, and is intelligent, achievement-oriented, and honest. She's a positive leader and takes initiative in order to improve her school and community. She's the committee head for both the Student Senate and Class Board, and she's earned honors through the Health Occupation Students of America at the regional and state levels. She's a volunteer at Beaumont Hospital and Brightmoor Church. She was recently selected for the STEM Success Initiative through MSU and Bosch. And she's excelled in all of these roles while maintaining a 3.97 GPA in a challenging course load. It is an honor to recognize Brianna for her achievements, and it's been a pleasure to work with her. Congratulations, Brianna.
All right, I chose to honor Christina Pittman. Ms. Pittman, you have made a difference in my life because you are always there when I need someone to talk to. You have helped me see things in more than just black and white. Not only is a skill important for my success in AP language, but is also necessary in life. You have helped strengthen my skills in writing and helped me to enjoy writing again. You are one of my favorite people to talk to. You have an extremely vibrant personality. Even when I'm having a terrible day, I always look forward to your class because I know when I walk in, you'll be smiling and I'll get to enjoy all of your jokes. You've helped me a lot this year. I want to thank you for everything you've done and continue to do.
Trevor Jones, Power Middle School, 8th grade. Hi. Trevor is an outstanding student with the knowledge of a wide variety of topics and the ability to apply them to different situations. He's humble, willing to learn and ask questions, and one of our kindest students. He's willing to work in groups and is polite and kind to everyone. Trevor competes nationally with his swim team, even competing against high school and college students. Congratulations to Trevor on being an excellent example of a student and an athlete. Congratulations, Trevor.
I have chosen to honor Drew Hans. I've known Coach Drew for over half my life. To me, he is more than just my swim coach. The impact he has had in my life is immeasurable. He taught me how to show up and work hard every day, even if I didn't really want to. He also taught me that hard work can be fun and that the rewards are worth the pain. He reminds me to expect more out of myself. He has taught me to maintain a positive outlook even when things don't go as planned, and that hard work can be fun. These lessons apply to every aspect of my life. I can't imagine my life without Coach Drew. I would like to thank him, and I look forward to what we can accomplish over the next few years.
Elizabeth Kagan, Harrison High School, 12th grade. You were on your way up before I even said your name. Elizabeth has a 4.0 GPA. She is the president of the sophomore class. She participates in cross-country, theater, musical, and plays at Harrison. She belongs to the BBYO youth group, and she's a member of the symphony band and the film crew for Harrison's daily student announcements. Congratulations, Elizabeth. Thank you.
I am honoring Lindsay Murphy. Mrs. Murphy has made a difference in my life because she's always pushing my classmates and me to work, think, and act smarter and harder in everything that we do. I had Mrs. Murphy last year, and she always has a way of leading the class in an exciting and an educational way. She constantly strives to connect with her students, and I've learned so much about both English and about Mrs. Murphy as well. Currently, she is our grade level advisor for student council, and I'm amazed at how she's able to dedicate so much of her life to all of the activities she leads, as well as taking care of her own family. Mrs. Murphy is the epitome of a selfless, caring, and giving individual. I'm truly lucky to have her in my life.
Delaney Millis, Power Middle School, 8th grade. Delaney is an outstanding, conscientious, and hardworking student every day, always striving to do her best. She participates in discussion, works well in groups, and is a huge spark in class. Always has a smile on her face and is polite to all students and adults. She goes above and beyond with her schoolwork and puts 110% effort in her academic work and extracurricular activities. Delaney is nice to all students and will truly work with anyone in class and be a leader in her group. Congratulations, Delaney.
I've chose to honor Christina Fifield. All my life, I've had an interest in writing. I loved writing for myself, but I was hesitant about sharing it with anyone. In 7th grade, I decided to enter a poem into the Reflections contest, and Miss Fifield noticed. She constantly encouraged me in writing, and in turn, I became more confident in myself. She pushed me to enter a poem into a national poetry contest, and it was published in a book. I see it as my biggest accomplishment. I owe it to Miss Fifield for making me a better writer and a better person.
For you, I think.
It's good to see you. Well, Carolyn Lowenfeld, Farmington High School 12th grader, probably wondered what happened to my ability to go in alphabetical order. Where's Carolyn? Come on up. So despite experiencing complications from a serious concussion last year, Carolyn has not only maintained a 4.0 GPA while taking numerous honors and AP classes, but done so while demonstrating exceptional leadership in many extracurricular and leadership activities. She was a leader at Communication Camp. She serves on the Parent-Teacher-Student Association. She participates in the District Diversity Committee. She's Vice President of the National Honor Society. She's been elected captain of the varsity volleyball team, and she's a member of the varsity soccer team. Carolyn earned MVP honors as a member of the Quiz Bowl team, and she's a hard worker and goes above and beyond to be a shining example and to serve others. Congratulations, Carolyn.
And I'm honoring Mrs. Jennifer Deletta. Though I've had many fantastic and influential staff members during my 13 years in Farmington Public Schools, all of whom I am grateful for, Mrs. Deletta has significantly impacted my life by being a part of it. Mrs. Deletta was my 9th grade honors English teacher, and she continues to be a positive influence in my life today. Because of her, I have had amazing opportunities to attend communication camp as a camper and a senior leader, diversity conferences, and summer youth dialogues at the University of Michigan. As my teacher for Dialogues on Diversity, she helped us learn and appreciate the gift of diversity in our community as well as in our school. She has also been caring and supportive throughout the past year as I struggled with health issues. Without Mrs. Deletta, I would not have received a scholarship to Vanderbilt University that I know will be the perfect place for me to learn and grow. Thank you, Mrs. Deletta, for your ongoing support and encouragement. I know you will continue to touch and change the lives of many of students for years to come.
Jonah Musial, Power Middle School, 8th grade. Well, Jonah's well-traveled. Jonah has made a seamless transition to Power, previously coming from East End Warner. Not only is he a conscientious, responsible, and knowledgeable student who gives over 100% in his academic classes, but he's also a leader in outside activities such as baseball and bowling. Jonah supports the 6th grade Autism Spectrum Resource Room by being buddies with students, giving them a friend and a role model. The students he works with light up when they see him and receive his support, which is truly endearing and remarkable. Jonah is an amazing human being, and he's leaving an impression on other students' lives. Congratulations, Jonah.
I've decided to honor Angie Rittenauer. Miss Rittenauer made school fun. She cared for me and taught me a lot. She was so kind and brightened my day. Miss Rittenauer made learning fun for my classmates and me by always being silly and using her humor to keep us going. Miss Rittenauer is an energetic, loving teacher. I will never forget her on my 4th grade year. You will always be my favorite teacher. Thank you for making a difference in my life.
Elena N. Nicholson, East Middle School, 8th grade. Hi. Elena is a true example of an East Titan and a pleasure to teach. A student council member for 2 years, she's extremely involved and has proven herself a leader, earning the nickname Madam President, and may very well be the future leader of the United States. She shows the same dedication, dependability, and leadership with Yearbook. She's involved in school plays and shows perseverance in the classroom. Elena is an upbeat, positive influence in all of our academic and extracurricular activities at East. Congratulations, Elena.
I am honoring Miss Lorna Bussa. Ever since I've been at East in 7th grade, you made a huge difference in my life. I was not a great student upper elementary school. Since I've been in your class, I got A's, A pluses, and in math, 1B. Now my parents know that whenever I am doing, I'm trying to do my best. Thanks to you. I really wish that you can come to high school with me. I love science now because of you. I love how you believe in me, even when no one else does. I will be sure to remember you when I'm in that White House and on Broadway.
Annika Porter, North Farmington High School, 10th grade. Hi. Annika is a very strong math student who excels in honors pre-calculus due to her very inquisitive nature and self-motivation. Didn't we say 10th grade? She has a strong work ethic with great attention to detail and excellent communication skills. She's made insightful contributions in class discussions in English and has a desire to submit only her best work. This year, she participated in the musical displaying her talent and passion for theater, which are similar to her work ethic in class. She has a 4.0 GPA while also serving as concertmaster of the Philharmonia Orchestra, actively supporting events throughout the school and district as an auditorium tech, producing and helping direct events in the auditorium. She's a student director with the Farmington Community Youth Theater and is a role model for the young students she works with there and with her peers in the music department at North. Congratulations, Annika.
I would like to honor Mr. John Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy is my orchestra teacher who made a difference in my life. When I moved here, he was the first person to really believe in me and helped me find a love for music. He taught me about dedication and practicing and inspires me to put my all into orchestra and to push harder and do my best. His love for music is infectious, and he continues to help me grow as a musician and as a person. So thank you.
Prutha Raghava, Farmington High School, 9th grade. Prutha has become a true leader in a short time and demonstrated this skill by hosting an incoming 8th grade student who wanted to shadow a 9th grader to learn more about Farmington High School. She started off high school with a 3.8 GPA and excels in her courses, including honors geometry and honors biology. She's a member of the Farmington High School tennis team and a 9th grade student council representative. She's been a part of FSS, Farmington Students Succeed, through which she's visited Power Middle School every Wednesday to help tutor students who need help. She's a member of Culture Shock, where she engages in South Indian Bollywood-style dancing and performs for the community. And she's actively involved in the Farmington community through her Hindu temple, where she volunteers in helping to serve meals during worship services. Congratulations, Prutha.
I would like to honor Kimberly Adams. Miss Adams, you taught me the importance of hard work and dedication. These are the things that I will use throughout my entire life to be successful. Before your class, I never put 100% of my effort into my grades. However, after just a few months in your class, you helped me realize how far hard work could take me. At the beginning of your class, I was only able to obtain a B- or less on your test, which was frustrating. Every day, you would tell us how you didn't care if we got 100% on assignments and tests. You just wanted us to understand the material. Because of your constant encouragement, I was able to do extremely well the second quarter. This is something that I will appreciate forever. Not only did you manage to do the impossible, get me to like proofs, you also put a smile on my face every day. Thank you.
Maya Ray, Warner Middle School, 8th grade. Maya has been on the academic and citizenship honor roll throughout middle school. She's an accomplished cross-country runner, member of the National Junior Honor Society, the Junior Optimist Club, the track team, and she plays violin for the Warner Orchestra. Maya is also a member of the Detroit Metropolitan Youth Symphony, a travel softball team, and has been in theater productions with Sky's the Limit. She's volunteered with tutoring, helping teachers, and assisted during Family Energy Night in Farmington. She's taking geometry in addition to her normal classes at Warner. She wants to thank her amazing teachers for teaching her so many new skills and for always being supportive and helpful. Congratulations, Maya.
I'm recognizing Mr. John Kennedy. You have made a difference in my life because you're a really great teacher who inspires me to continue to improve. After being in your class, I understand the principles behind music making, the skills that are needed to continue to advance in violin, as well as learning about other instruments. I really appreciate all of the hard work you do every day to make sure we have fun. I also love being in the Wildcat Viking Strings. It provides me with a challenge and enriches my musical experience. Before I started orchestra at Dunkel, I really didn't enjoy or appreciate being in orchestra. As a result of being in your class, I really like being a part of the amazing orchestra we have at Warner and look forward to continuing to build upon the skills you have taught me. Thank you.
Haley Rice, Power Middle School, 8th grade. Haley has maintained a 4.0 GPA while also being an active participant in the web program, the volleyball team, and 8th grade band. She's the yearbook editor at Power's restarted yearbook program and has worked hard to meet sales targets, due dates, and to get as much out of the unique personalities in class as possible. Haley has bridged the gap between company, teacher, and student well. She's self-motivated, conscientious young lady, and the school's launch of the yearbook is going to be a success as a result of her hard work. Haley truly has made Power proud this year by her continuing hard work and intrinsic love for learning. Congratulations, Haley.
I chose to nominate James Common. You are so kind. You are so kind, welcoming, fun, and an overall amazing teacher. I learned so much from you this year, and I have had so much fun in the process. You connect with all of your students on an individual level, and I can clearly see you care for each one of them, including myself. You taught me so much about sales, editing, leading a team, and how to work with others in a yearbook. You have helped me become a better leader, role model, and student. I'm so grateful that I was able to have you as a teacher. Your encouragement, guidance, knowledge, and friendship made such a difference in my 8th grade year. Thank you so much for being the teacher every kid wants to have.
Sophia Tessick, East Middle School, 8th grade. Sophia is an exemplary student who displays academic superiority, is committed to excellence, works tirelessly to expand her knowledge, and is motivated to succeed. She's professional, responsible, organized, and leads by example through her motivating and caring nature. Sophia never misses an opportunity to demonstrate her innovative problem-solving skills by going above and beyond with every challenge she encounters. She tackles each task with a positive attitude and with purpose while maintaining a laser-sharp focus. Her dedication to learning will no doubt put her at the forefront of all she pursues. Congratulations, Sophia.
I'm honoring Miss Lorna Bassa. Mrs. Bassa is one of the best teachers I have ever had. She goes to great lengths to make sure I understand every concept. She really enjoys teaching science, and it makes every student enjoy learning science. I love the warm-ups we do every day because they really get me thinking. Mrs. Bassa is so kind, patient, and always answers my questions. If I ever need more practice with any concept, Mrs. Bassa is available every day during lunch. She has guided me through being president of NJHS, and I'm so grateful for that. Mrs. Bassa has made and continues to make a difference in my life. I would like to thank her for being an amazing teacher.
Obina Uzosike Harrison High School, 9th grade. Obina has a 4.0 GPA, and he's in the IB program. He's on the freshman basketball team and a Kumon math participant. He is a 3-time winner of the American Legion Award. Obina also belongs to the MCAM, MBA's Cultural Association of Michigan, and a youth group volunteer. Congratulations, Obina.
I've chosen to nominate Lorna Bassa. When I first entered East Middle School, I believed I really didn't have a passion for actually pushing myself. I feel that after having Ms. Bassa as a teacher, I developed critical school habits and a proper work ethic that has helped me succeed in high school. When I attended East, you always looked out for me and expected me to do great things. I took heed to your expectations, and I really appreciate everything you have done for me.
Derek Williams, Harrison High School, 11th grade. Well, Derek has an impressive 4.0 GPA. He's a marching band member, and you've been selected to be the drum major for next year. Congratulations. He's also on the varsity golf team, and he's active in Boy Scouts. Congratulations, Derek.
I have chosen to honor Steve Dale. Although I haven't completed a full year with you, Mr. Dell, I know that everything you teach me will have a great impact on my future education and career. I love your amazing demonstrations, and I know I won't be able to forget these lessons. You've inspired me to take AP Physics 1 exam, the SAT subject test, as well as move on to AP Physics C next year. Thank you so much. P.S. Physics is fun.
So we're done honoring kids. You guys can go ahead and sit down if you would, please. Thank you. What a great morning. To be able to celebrate our students and our staff, to be able to have acknowledged and to hear words like dedication, pushed me, relationships, you believed in me. For anybody in Farmington or Farmington Hills that doesn't believe in public education, they need to see what happened here this morning. Because when community, staff, and students all work together, this is what you get. You get great kids, great families supporting public education, and you get staff dedicated to getting the best out of their students. So on behalf of all of us at Farmington Public Schools, I want to thank you. Parents, I want to thank you for sharing your kids with us. It's a big deal nowadays, right? A lot of choices, a lot of options out there. We want your kids, and we want you to share them with us. Staff, I want to thank you for reminding us of what's best about what we do, because in this education world right now, it's easy to forget the positive impact we're having on lives on a daily basis, because we can get caught up in the other rhetoric. And students, thank you for being you. What a great morning to be reminded of what's good about Farmington Public Schools. So before I let you go, we would like one photo. Here, I'm not going to say we. The superintendent would like one photo of students and staff together. If we can get that organized before everybody bails out on it. Kendra, which way? I saw people pointing in two directions. In front of the big glass window? Okay. On behalf of all of us, thank you and have a great day.